What's up, guys? So today we're just going to talk about same thing everybody else is talking about. Is it a crash? Is it a correction? What's going on? So a lot of people are posting their collectors and saying, oh, Destin Rivals is down from 500, Paldea Evolve's down, Evolving Skies is down, everything's down. But let me get out of the way here. If you look at the graphs here, Evolving Skies always does this. Comes up, levels out, comes up, levels out, comes up, levels out. And you can see it's doing that right now just by looking at the graph. It's just leveling out. Now, you might say, Max, Evolving Skies is the best set in recent memory. Of course it's going to do stuff like that. Well, let's take a look at some other sets. Here's Paldea Evolved. Paldea Evolved has just gone pretty much straight up, a little bit of, choppiness, but not until the end do you see really a dip. But in the last year, it's up 185%, almost as much as Evolving Skies. First, Paldea Evolved's not even out of print, and second off, in normal stocks, when you see something just skyrocket like this, it's normal to have a pullback, a small correction of some sort. Now, if we see this going on for multiple months, another 2 or 3 months, different story. But it's too early to call, and we're right around the holiday season, so there's money going to other things, presents, gifts, which in my opinion normally makes Pokemon boom. I guess we're just gonna wait to see how that plays out. There's also political things that are going on where there's concerns about tariffs still. Beef prices are at all-time highs. The government shut down, so there's a lot of fear and uncertainty right now, which in investing, fear and uncertainty is usually not a good thing, but that's usually when money's made. So the more fear there is, the more uncertain things are, usually gives you the opportunity to make more money. And I'm not 100% sure how this is going to work out with Pokemon. I think the sets that have already been tried and true are going to be perfectly fine no matter what happens. Like Evolving Skies will be fine, Paldea Evolve will be fine. Pretty much all of Sword and Shield is going to be perfectly fine. The things that are going to be at risk are your brand new sets. Mega Evolution, Phantasmal Flames, Destin Rivals, Surging Sparks, Twilight Masquerade starting to get a little old. It's like near there, those sets are kind of wishy-washy, but the brand new sets, they're going to be your most risky ones, where they can just get hammered with reprints. And I'll make another video talking about what that could look like. There's a lot of people that made some really good reprint videos just because they've been in the game a lot longer, they have distribution, and they can see how things came back. They could look at invoices and stuff, whereas I can't do that. So I'll make another video talking about that, and I'll try to link some really good resources where I got information from. But in this case, you can see Evolving Skies doing what Evolving Skies does. Paldea Evolved making a small correction. Next, let's look at Twilight Masquerade. So now we have Twilight Masquerade, and you can see the same thing here where this has happened already multiple times. Starts coming up, drops back down, starts going right back up, drops back down a little bit, comes right back up, and now it's dropping right back down again. There's no difference in Twilight Masquerade with this. This just looks like a normal correction again. How do you tell if it's a correction or not? Nobody knows. I mean, that's $1 million question, right? How do you know? Nobody knows, and nobody wants to catch a falling knife, as the saying, but it's hard to tell. Like I said, nobody knows, nobody will know. If you're buying when things go down, it's usually a good buying opportunity. Personally, I think the newer sets probably stay away from, just because they can be reprinted a crap ton. They have 2 years of rotation. Things like Paldea Evolve 151, Scarlet Violet Base, Obsidian Flames are pretty safe. I think Paradox Rift is on that chopping block too. I'm not 100% sure where Paradox Rift falls, but it's really close. Those I'm thinking are going to be pretty safe. Next, we can look at singles. Now, singles, they're always very volatile. They're always bouncing up and down. Some are getting bought out and they just skyrocket straight up and then skyrocket straight back down. You can look at the Marshadow, the Drowsy, the Booger Mew. Like, you can look at a bunch of cards like that and see that. Seismitoad, I don't even understand what's going on with that. But let's take a look at the Magikarp from Paldea Evolved. So here we have the graph right here, and it's the year graph. You can see the swing. It kind of got a pattern to it where it comes up, spikes real hard, comes back down, gives back some of those gains, but not all of them, and it spikes right back up again. And now we're back on the downturn. And if you would have bought in the previous downturns, you would have been sitting real nice on those spikes. And if you would have sold on those spikes, that's realized gains. And now you can buy back in when it's coming back down. You can see in February, Magikarp was $275. Right around June, it hit a low of $190. And then in the beginning of October, it hit a brand new all-time high of $385. So it's normal to give some of those gains back up. It's gonna correct again, and it's gonna find somewhere to sit in between the previous all-time high and the current all-time high, and it'll just do perfectly fine. Again, very volatile with the waves. We're gonna take another look. We're gonna take another look at another very popular single. This is a little different than Magikarp. This is the full Pikachu from Surging Sparks. And this card came out super hot right from the rip. It was like a $500 card, you can see. We actually have the full lifespan of this because it came out in November of 2023, roughly, I think. After it came out, it pretty much held steady in that $475 to $500 range for a couple months. And then I can't remember if we started getting more stock or what, and then it just took a nosedive down to like $250 roughly over the summer. And then it shot right back up to about that $350 range, and we're kind of bouncing in there. It's pretty flat. Again, a whole on crash. I think we would see all of these singles just crashing down. We would see all these booster boxes crashing down, and we're just not seeing that. I'm leaning more towards a correction for now until if we see a 20 to 30% correction on the blue chip big booster boxes, the ones that we know are the best of the best, then I would be 100% certain it's a crash. But the cream of the crop's doing fine. I don't really see any issues with that. Phantasmal Flames is coming out, and that's super hyped right now. I just can't call this a crash yet. I just can't do it. There's singles are definitely correcting more than anything else, and booster boxes are having a small correction. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you like the video, smash that subscribe button and head on over to maxpacks.com, check out my website, buy some booster boxes, and I'll see you on the next one.